Hello everyone. LeetCode has launched a new feature. It's called Quest. Today I'll be solving the questions which are in that particular levels. So there are basically 35 levels here. Let's get started with the first level. It's array 1. The first question, concatenation of array. Given an integer array nums of length n, you want to create an array answer of length 2n, where answer of I is equal to nums of I and answer of I plus 1 is equal to nums of I for I greater than or equal to 0 and less than n, and it's 0 indexed. Specifically, answer is the concatenation of two nums arrays. Here, let's go to example 1. Nums is 1 to 1 and the answer is 1 to 1, 1 to 1. So basically, we have concatenated 1 to 1 twice. And then the same thing is with the example 2. 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 1 and again 1, 3, 2, 1. Think about the solution in 20 seconds and then I'll start coding it in C++. Fine, let's get started. So the first requirement here is for us to create a vector array nums, vector int, and then we'll call it answer. And basically the length of answer vector is twice the length of nums. So first is int n is equal to nums of size. Now we have the size of nums. Now we are creating an vector which has twice the size of nums, so it's 2 into n, and then we're initializing everything with 0. Now we have the vector answer vector. So now we just have to fill the answer vector with the values. We loop the entire thing for int I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus, and answer of I is equal to nums of I. And also, what's the other condition? Answer of I plus 1 is equal to nums of I, right? So, answer of I plus n is, is equal to nums of I. And then we just have to return the answer. Return answer. Yes, so it's a easy question, and then we have solved the first question in the level 1. Let's go to question number 2. Question number 2 is shuffle the array. Given the array nums consisting of 2n elements in the form of x1, x2, xn, y1, y2, yn, return the array in the form x1, y1, x2, y2, xn, yn. For example here, input nums is 2, 5, 1, 3, 4, 7. So basically we have x1 as 2, x2 as 5, and then x3 as 1, and then y1 as 3, y2 as 4, and y3 as 7. So they expect us to return the final array in the order of x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. So that is 2, and then it's 3, and then 5, and then it's 4, and then it's 1, and then it's 7. So it's a easy question. Think about the solution of how you can solve this. Fine. So now they have also given us the value of n, right? Now let's first create an answer vector so that we will be returning that particular thing at the end. So we can return the array form in this form, right? So for that we basically require a vector int answer. So this basically has the answer. Now what are we supposed to do? We have to like map things as x1, x2, x3, and then y1, y2, y3. So for that we'll take two pointers, int I is equal to 0 and then int j is equal to n. So why am I taking j is equal to n is because now one pointer will start from here and then from the next pointer will start from here. So that's how it will be easy, right? One I'll take from here and then I can take from here, and then next when I do this pointer plus plus it goes to 5, and then when I do this pointer plus plus the 3 this pointer plus plus it goes to 4. So it's a easy way for us to return the array in the form they have expected us to do. So file I is less than n and j is less than what? It should be twice of that particular value. Okay. And now we do answer dot push back nums of I. Let me close the brackets. Yeah. And then end it. And then next is answer dot push back nums of j. And now what we basically do is just do I plus plus and then j plus plus. And now we can return the return answer. So this is a easy two-pointer approach. I guess I've made some mistake. Two, there is no other two. So I is equal to 0, j is equal to n, I is less than n, and then j is less than twice of n. I am pushing I only twice, so it should be j, and then I plus plus and j plus plus. Yeah, now the error is sorted, and then hopefully, yeah. So we have solved the second question as well in the array level 1. Let's go to the third question. The question is max consecutive ones. Given a binary array nums, return the maximum number of consecutive ones in the array. For example 1, nums is 110 111. So the first two digits or the last three digits are the continuous ones. The maximum number of consecutive ones is 3. See, if here you can see, right, there are only two consecutive ones and then here it's 3. So the maximum is 3. Here you say it's only 1 and then you have it 2 here. You have it 2 here and then it's only 1 here. So the maximum consecutive ones is 2. Easy, straightforward question. Think about the solution for 15-20 seconds and then I'll start coding it. So now we basically have to return the maximum number of consecutive ones, right? Now let's have a count variable, okay, so that we'll keep a track of the thing number of ones we'll be counting, and then int answer which will be returning at the end. Okay, now let's loop and then we'll also define what's n. Int n is equal to nums dot size. Oh, now for int I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. Now here we have initialized it here as 0. So here it would be for the first time would be 0, but then for every other operation, we should be having the count is equal to 0 because we've also reset, right? Here we'll have count is equal to 2, but then when we start from here, the count has to start from fresh, right? It should again start from 1, and then it should not do 2 plus 1 3. So every time we get in the loop, the count would start from 0. Okay, and then if nums of I is equal to 1. Now we have found one particular one. So now what do we do? We have to check whether it's the next thing is 1 or not. So it could be, like, say, it could be 1 and then 0, or it could be 1 1 1 1. So now when we have found one particular one, we go until we reach the next 0. So till here we will go. So that's what I'm trying to implement here. So if nums of I is equal to 1, what do we do? While I should be less than n. This condition is important because if you keep doing I plus plus, right, you'll go out of the index and then you will have the errors over there. So that's why while I is less than n and nums of I is equal to 1. Now what do? We do the count plus plus. And also we have to go to the next number, right? Because see, this for loop is outside this while. So inside the while as well, we have to go to the next index, right? So that's why we do I plus plus. Now we have reached till we find 1, and then when we hit 0, what do? This for loop ends, right? After this for loop ends, what do we do? Now till here is the if statement, and then we come outside. After coming outside, we have, one second, yeah. After coming outside, what do we have to return? See, we here it's asking for us to return the maximum number of consecutive ones. So this particular count would have, for example, here the count would be like for 2, and then here the count would be 3. So every time we have to have the maximum value which we have got. So that's why answer is equal to maximum of answer, comma, count. Okay, and then we basically return answer here. Return answer. So this should solve this question. 1 second, I've got clock error. Yeah. So this solve this particular. Let's submit and see if all the edge cases it passes or not. Yeah. So we have solved all the questions in level 1. Next, I'll be solving the array 2 questions in the quest. That's it in this video. Thank you.